welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe now. Those of you that are subscribed, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're still on the road to 1,000, so let's help get that up there, get my subscribers up because I need it, because I want to make some money doing this. Yeah, this is my way of doing what I enjoy while not working for someone else, because that's for the birds. Now, I am doing this on Thanksgiving morning. I'm actually in the process of filming another video, which is my pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Not my recipe, but I am making pumpkin cinnamon rolls. So you can go ahead and click the link. I will put it somewhere in here or in the description. And we're going to go ahead and watch that video when you're done with watching this video. But I figured I have enough time while my dough is rising to make something else, which I might take to my mom's house. No. We're going to eat for breakfast. We're going to eat this for breakfast, me and the kids. Because traditionally on Thanksgiving, you really don't eat much until dinner, but we're not doing that. I have to feed my kids. So we're going to make these buttermilk biscuits, which is crazy. I'm going to put the link to it in the description for the recipe. But I actually found this on Facebook. I don't know if you guys, I guess for you guys who live in New York, there's a radio station called 106.7 Light FM. And in the evenings, there's this woman named Delilah that I love her so dearly. I've been listening to Delilah since I was little. And she posted this recipe, and it was easy enough. So I'm going to do it. So this recipe, I'm actually reading it off my my tablet right now. But this recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour. I need to go get my half measuring cup. Hold on. I couldn't find a half, so I'm gonna use a quarter and just double it. So 2.5 cups of flour, 2 cups of buttermilk. I've been cooking with buttermilk a lot lately. It's really good to use to. It doesn't taste good to drink. I wouldn't drink buttermilk, but you can make garlic buttermilk salad dressing. You can make pancakes with this. You can use buttermilk to like fry. When you put buttermilk in the flour and then coat your chicken or whatever you're frying with this, it adds this like texture to it that's just so good and crunchy. But yeah. Then what else does it call for? Sorry, I did forget an ingredient. Baking powder. That's 4 teaspoons. Don't mess up like me. Make sure that when you are reading the measurements that you understand the difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon. TBS is tablespoon. TSP is teaspoon. And they're very different. If you can see, 1 tablespoon is about 3 teaspoons. So you don't want to mix these measurements up and put too much, especially baking powder. You put too much baking powder in your ingredients, and it just fucks it up completely. Like, it gives this weird bitter taste, and it's sad. So don't mix it up. It's also calling for sugar. Not this much sugar, but 4 teaspoons of sugar. And then I have 2 teaspoons of salt already portioned out. And so what they want us to do first is to combine all the. Ooh, I almost flung that right off the side of the table. I would have cried too. Okay, so first you want to melt some butter. Now, again, this recipe says to do it in a microwave. I don't want to do that. I have to do it on the stove top. And what I do is I melted the butter, and I didn't let it melt all the way down over the fire. I just like got it to where it was mostly melted, and then I just stirred it and took it off the fire and let it just, the residual heat, melt the butter the rest of the way, so that I'm not overheating the butter. And yeah, we want to avoid that. So mix all the dry ingredients. Now this is 2.5 cups. Now usually when I'm baking, I like to do the spoon and method, spoon and level, but this is a pretty basic recipe, and I feel like this recipe leaves room for error. Like this is, it's like dump biscuits. Like it's fine. So I'm just going to roughly put 2.5 cups of flour in there. So that was 2 cups. And this is my 1/4 cup. So I'm going to put 2 of these to make a half. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to put my salt in there, my 4 teaspoons of sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like Count from Sesame Street. Okay, and then 4 tablespoons of baking powder. And what I love about baking powder is that it comes with like this little ledge here that you can use to level. Perfect, right? So I need 4 tablespoons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's just move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. I'm trying to keep it clean because the table is black and this stuff shows. And it's very distracting. Alright, so is that all my dry ingredients? Yes, so let's just stir that up. Alright, and to those dry ingredients, now I'm going to add 2 cups of buttermilk. Ooh. Okay, now let's put this away. Okay, now we're gonna mix these. What does it say? It says mix all of the ingredients together until a moist dough is formed. Alright. I just want to get all the flour incorporated. I hate this whisk. But my whisk is actually, oops. I'm Make it a max. Okay, stop. Alright. Sorry, I couldn't use that whisk. I don't like it. And I'll say this, your kitchen tools are very important, right? I don't want to be like pompous or like, I don't know what's the proper word for it, like prestigious. No, not prestigious. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll add the word in later. But it's just, I don't want to seem like everything has to be expensive, because it really doesn't. But I don't want super cheap stuff. Like that spatula, I hate it, one, because it has silicone on it. And while I don't mind like silicone on like my spatula, I do mind it on my wrists. And I feel like it can't get clean enough for me. Then too, that whisk is very flimsy and cheap. Like when I hold this in my hand, the handle is heavy enough, but not super heavy where I feel like it's weighing my hand down. But it just feels better when you have a little weight to your tooth. Also, the wire is stronger and it's bigger. I like a bigger whisk for doing stuff like this. And I cook mostly, when I do stuff like this, I do it mostly by hand. So I need a good whisk. I don't want a flimsy whisk, and that one is. And I just want to let you guys know that I didn't buy that shit. So let's wipe up the mess that I made. Alright, so that's a moist dough, I guess. The next thing is to pour this melted butter into the pan. I love butter. Not as much as Paula Deen, but yes, I love butter. Now this said put it in an 8x8 pan or an 8x9 pan. I have no idea. I feel like this is bigger than 8x8. Should I melt more butter? No, let's just keep it the way it is. Okay, so the next thing is to place the dough right on top of the butter and then to spread it out until it's touching all the edges. And I think I forgot to mention, but you should have preheated your oven to 450 degrees as the first step, which I did. I just forgot to mention it, so I'm sorry about that. I also want to reiterate how important it is to read the recipe first before you start, so that you have a good understanding of what the steps are that you need to take. Alright, so let's get this dough in there. This looks like it's going to be so good. And if you guys are wondering, I am once again listening to music. I'm listening to Selena. It's really calming for me. And it keeps me from being distracted with outside noises. And just, I don't know, it's just good for my mental health to listen to some music while I'm doing this so that I can hear the kids making noise. I hope they're not, but whatever. Okay, so we're gonna spread this. Oh my God, this looks so good. All that butter. Okay, so I find it's easy to spread if you like press it and spread it. Press it into the corners at first and then level it out. And now this. Okay, perfect. And then it says to cut it into 9 squares. Okay, so so 1, 2, 3, and then I have to have 3. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it twice, both ways. And I think this is just so you can pull them apart later after they're done baking. I don't care about this being perfect. I can't worry about that. Okay, so now I have them cut. I am going to put them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until it's golden brown on top. So I'm going to do that. While this is in the oven, I am going to make some scrambled eggs. I'm going to make some maple sausages to go with this, and I will show you the finished product once I'm done. Thank you for watching, and I will be back. Alright guys, so I am back. The biscuits are done. I also went ahead and made some, this is Allison's plate, so I made some maple sausage, some kale salad that I made myself. The kale salad has like olive oil, salt, some red onions, some pecorino cheese, and it also has some golden raisins and some walnuts. It's really good. One of Allison's favorite things besides grapes is to eat kale salad. So, boom, there you go. And then some scrambled eggs with cheese. So let's get into these biscuits. I was trying to cut the camera on before they stopped sizzling on the edges. Like that butter. Oh, I don't know if you can see that steam. Let me get an oven mitt. I want you to see like those edges. Look at the bottom. It's like perfectly brown, and it smells so buttery. This is gonna be so good. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Yes. Get up in there. Look at that. Perfectly cooked. And so hungry, so I'm gonna eat a little piece. Oh yeah. I think they're good. They're biscuits. I think I would have put some. No, something's missing. I mean, it tastes good, but I think maybe I should have put more butter. But all right, there you go. These are, what they call it again? Butter swim biscuits. Instead, use 1 stick of butter. I think it needs more butter, or maybe a touch more of salt in the mix before you bake it. It's lacking a little bit of salt. I think salt really brings up the flavor. I would add a little bit more salt. But they baked up perfectly. It was good. But anyway, all right, so thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, comment. I would like for you guys to try to make this recipe at home, and if you do, you can tag me on Instagram at FortGreeneSweet, or on my cooking page, which is She Is Mia Rose, and I will link all of that in the description. And show me how it came out for you guys, and tell me any variations that you made. I think that this is good on its own. You can put some jam on it. I even thought about mixing some cheddar into the mix. Yeah, I feel like this recipe is so versatile. You can do different things with it. Is there anything else I need to say to you guys? Oh yeah, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. If I haven't said that like 50 million times already, please subscribe. I need you to. I'm begging you to, please. All right, and just subscribe if you want to see more videos, and stay tuned, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video to the end, and hopefully soon I will come up with something to reward those who watch the video to the end, okay? If you have any ideas of what I can do, I would gladly accept them, because I'm still new to this, and and I also don't have anyone helping me, so I don't have anyone guiding me through this and learning as I go along. So, all right, let me stop rambling. Bye, guys. Love you.